one thing I'll say for sure is that there are advantages and disadvantages to using this type of a trenching attachment. Hey, it's Brock here from Rock Hill Farms, and today we are going to dig a trench to install electrical wiring from the house down to the pond to run our waterfall pump, our UV sterilizer, and the aerator, and all of that. It'll also be nice to have a GFCI plug-in right out here so we can use it for anything else we're doing in the area. So that's a project I've been needing to do. Part of that is getting the rest of this area cleaned up. It's kind of a mess out here, and that's the good news. The bad news is I'm also saying goodbye to the trenching attachment that I'm going to be using today. It's going to be picked up within the next week, and hopefully I'll be getting something else interesting to replace it. But for now, we're saying goodbye to a member of the fleet, and that's always a little bit of a sad day. So anyway, let me get it down here and let's get started. That trench needs to run right through there, and I was looking at it and saying the skid steer's not going to fit under that branch. And I thought, man, I'm going to have to do something else, get the backhoe, do some hand digging. What do I want to do? And I looked at the other end of that branch. It's got some limbs that are smacking me when I mow. I'd rather just lose the limb. I think that's what we'll do. So this is the Baumalight trencher, and it's been really handy to have around here. It has worked great, haven't had any problems with it. Can dig up to 6 feet deep, and seems like a really nice product. But I'm not like a professional contractor or anything like that. I occasionally do jobs for people. So really, for someone like myself, I don't use it probably quite as much as you would want to for something in this, price category. But man, when you need it, it's the best tool out there. So my deal with Baumalight, I originally bought my stump grinder, and then they sent this to me to use and demonstrate on the channel. And I've done several videos with it. And now that time period's up, and I'm sending it back. And I'm talking to them about maybe demonstrating another piece of their equipment. So you guys, if you feel like it, you should go on the Baumalight website and look at everything they have to offer. And tell me, you guys know what I do around here. What do they have that you have an interest in? What would you be interested in learning more about, or maybe getting for yourself? And I'll see if maybe I can get a deal to demonstrate that product. Just a thought. Anyway, like I do every time I use this, I'm going to grease it up, and then we'll start trenching. So we got one grease zerk right here. Right here is where you set your tension by pumping grease into this zerk right here. It actually feels like it's tensioned tighter than it needs to be. It's supposed to have a 1 to 2 inch gap there, and it's only about a 1/2 inch. So I think I over greased it last time. But we'll go ahead and grease the nose roller. And then after I'm done, I'm going to clean this thing up and get it ready to go to auction so they can get some return out of their investment in this piece of equipment. I would say there are definitely pros and cons to a trencher compared to using a mini excavator or a tractor backhoe or some other piece of equipment to do this trench. The very clear advantage is how clean the sides of that are and how small of an amount of material I had to remove. Which means filling it back in, it's going to look a lot nicer, less mess, less cleanup, less fuss when I'm done. I thought about trying to squeeze the electrical part of this into this video, but my son's got football tonight and I'm not sure if I would get it all done and done right. So I'm gonna go now and get all the materials I need, and then I'll have to clean this trench out a little bit by hand. Not a whole lot, and what's in there, what needs cleaned out is just loose and crumbly, so it won't be a big deal. And then we'll do a follow-up video, which, if you're not watching this the day it came out, I'll put the follow-up video on the screen. So I appreciate you taking time to watch this video. I'll put links on the screen to a couple more of our videos, and I'll see you next time.